I bought it in the bright orange and walked down the
Oh,
aisle in a bright orange, burnt orange dress, and it's still one of my favourite pieces.
Welcome to Off the Hanger. This week's guest is the fabulous Tanya Patel, who is CEO of beautiful fashion brand Chapter London. We caught up and had a brilliant chat about all the favourite fashion things in her wardrobe.
Tanya, thank you so much for being part of Off the Hanger. I am very looking forward to having a look in your wardrobe, but also talking to you about your beautiful brand, Chapter London, because I'm a dress girl. I am such a dress girl, and man, do your dresses do it for me.
Oh, well, Emma, thank you so much for having me on today. Really excited to share the best bits of my wardrobe with you. And I am also a dress girl, so super looking forward to talking to you about the journey.
So how did you get into it? How did you start your brand? Because you've worked in fashion for a long time, haven't you, before you had Chapter?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually started when I was very young. So a lot of my family used to manufacture garments for the Arcadia Group. So as a little girl, it was on a Saturday morning, I'd be able to kind of have backstage view and tours around their factories and see how they make clothes. So that's really where the love of fashion really started. And then I went on and I started working for the Arcadia Group in store management, and then at Marks and Spencer, which is where I spent most of my career.
Have you always been into fashion? Obviously, you said your family worked in fashion. So did that really influence you as a child?
I think although I was involved, we also sort of love to kind of have our family time and keep it super separate. My love for fashion initially was like where I can find the best Minnie Mouse top from when I was a little girl. But I think where it took a turn really was when I started working for the Arcadia Group, and we were able to launch a Tammy Girl concession in our British home store, which I was able to lead and really merchandise. And, I was super, early teens at the time. So that was when I realized what accessorizing was, and where we go, and where fashion really was. I think what's amazing is that when I was a little girl, we had many trips to India, and fashion was really different. It was about embroidery, it was about bright colors. So I think where I am blessed is that we've tried to kind of keep that brightness and sort of technique in what we do, but also kind of really bring that to what fashion really means to me.
I love that. And is there a piece from your childhood that you can remember as being your earliest fashion love?
Yeah, I do. So, Minnie Mouse was my favorite. So definitely got that. But my real fashion love was a beautiful embroidered dress that I had, probably for my uncle's wedding. I just felt, I used to say, I just felt like a princess in it. And I think that ethos kind of stayed with me when we were launching Lily and Ribbon, my maternity brand, and when we were launching Chapter, about actually how good a product can make you feel. And I still remember, like, nostalgia and all that. I just still remember how amazing I felt in this outfit, with all the embroidery around the neck and just how beautiful I felt. I need to go and probably find it in my wardrobe somewhere, but that's my real taste of where fashion started. And then Tammy Girl was totally opposite. So it was about how do you, do those really cool, iconic t-shirts with nice jeans and that kind of thing. And that kind of took me kind of to my early teens, I guess.
I love that. I love that our memories are not always necessarily about the outfit, but it's about how the outfit made us feel. It's really like interesting that fashion has such a big impact on us that you don't necessarily always remember the exact outfit or what the accessories were, but you remember how you felt wearing it. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you still have that embroidered dress in your wardrobe? You said that
Yeah.
you could dig it out. Do you still have it?
I think I might need to find it, to be honest. So I moved from, because obviously I had my career in sort of the Midlands and in London, and I've moved on the outskirts of London at the moment. But I definitely need to probably call my mum after the podcast today and ask her if she can dig it out for me at my family home.
So that might answer my next question, which is, what is the oldest thing in your wardrobe? Is it that?
It could be. I'm hoping that my mum still kept it somewhere. But yeah, definitely it would probably be some of my dresses from when I was younger. I think sort of post that, it was when I kind of went through this Abercrombie and Fitch, era when I was around 16. Still kept a few of those, but I think initially it was really about dresses, and it still is about dresses.
What's the piece in your wardrobe that gets the most compliments?
The most compliments is when I wear a printed dress. So in terms of Chapter and myself personally, I wear everything that that the business um, sells. And it's when I wear something printed. So I get lots of compliments from like our Sonia range, which are this is one of the Sonias, but when it's just something really nice, fluid and printed is when I get the most compliments, because it's really about the print. So we're trying to get the print right, but the shape is really important. And what I've realized is that when I was going to shop before we launched Chapter, there's not a lot of fabric in dresses anymore. It could be because of costing, it could be many reasons. And I feel like just having some more fabric in and features that cinch your waist make a really big difference. And it can give you lots of compliments on the way as well.
It really does. I think you're right on that. It's not something that I'd picked up on previously, but actually thinking about things in my wardrobe, some of my favourite dresses are the ones that have got a lot more fabric to them. And I wonder if that's why I like them more, because they feel more special because they've got so much more fabric in them, as opposed to a lot of the other dresses that are much kind of slimmer in the silhouette. They don't have as much going on in there.
Yeah, I just feel, I mean, maybe this will bring some research up, but I feel like a well-weighted garment feels really special. And whether that's that fabric, whether it's that extra detailing, I just feel like it makes such a difference. And I've realized that, again, like you said, it could absolutely come back to the psychology of dressing as well. Because you feel so great in it, you then have this phenomenal energy that then sort of radiates, right? So that could be a reason why it feels great and I get more compliments. I don't know, but we'll think it's a win-win.
What's your favourite type of print? Are you a floral girl? Are you a celestial print? What do you like?
I love print. Any print. For me, so right now my favorite print is like a nude palm print. You can probably see it
Mm,
here, like this kind of thing, which is um so lush. You can wear it like at garden
nice.
parties and that kind of thing, as well as like in the morning you can just throw on a dress and just feel amazing in it. Love that kind of palm print. I love bold floral prints. I know there's a lot of controversy about floral prints at the moment, but I'm absolutely still a floral print gal and absolutely love some sort of like retro floral as well. I feel like it really represents personality and it's still really important to me. Another print which never goes out of fashion, I guess the colors may, but animal print. I mean,
Yeah.
um, you know, absolutely love a colored animal print, but realize that I actually also need to be in the mood to wear it. So yeah, today I guess is your lucky day, Emma, because I wore an animal print for you. But I'm really not, really not fussy about print. I just think, a captivating print can just do wonders, not only for sales, but also for a woman's confidence.
It is. It's a real confidence booster, I think, wearing a print, because it can be very easy to slip into that, right, well, I'm just going to wear a block colour, or I'm just going to go for black because that's my safe option. But actually, wearing a print can really express your personality and give you that confidence boost when you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, my team laugh, but there are days where you need to wear that little black dress. You need to wear that black dress. And it's just about having those days and having those options available to you. I mean, we can never go wrong with block colors at times. But it's just kind of, also having other pieces. And if you know you're wearing something a lot, just try and just give it a bit of a break and then come back to it.
Is great advice, a great tip. What's the most expensive piece you've got in your wardrobe? You don't have to share how much if you don't want to, but you can if you like. Some people do, some people don't.
Right. So my most expensive piece would definitely be, well, two pieces actually will definitely be the pieces that I wore for my wedding. So as a little girl, I always dreamt of having that lavish Indian wedding. Um, but also, like when I closed my eyes, I could only see myself wearing a beautiful white dress in a train, which I thought was, super controversial, super balance, trying to get that balance right. So it's those two dresses. I'm going to say two. The outfit I wore in the morning was elegant, um like embroidered outfit with actually a train, so I got my best of both worlds. I got my sort of embroidered look, but also got my white dress dream by putting a train in it, and it was a champagne color with some maroon tones, which is absolutely still one of my favorite two tones to put together. And then in the evening I was like, right, I'm definitely going to wear my white dress. Who knows, I might have a chance to renew my vows one day. But there was a beautiful dress that I saw on a mannequin that was burnt orange, and it was exactly what I dreamt of, but it wasn't white or ivory; it was burnt orange. And I tried it on, and it was super expensive. And to make it in ivory, it was going to probably be double the price. And I just felt amazing in it. And I've got to say, Emma, I bought it in the bright orange and walked down the
Oh,
aisle in a bright orange burnt orange dress. And it's still one of my favorite pieces that brings back some fabulous memories.
that's fantastic. I love that. I love when people do things that are so personal to them, which then makes them a little bit out of the ordinary. They're not just following that stereotype of the norm. You actually got swept away by this bright orange dress. I love that. That's incredible.
I mean, I still got the dream, right? To walk down the aisle, and I had this kind of vision of orchids and all this kind of thing, and it was absolutely a fairy tale for me. But yeah, I close my eyes and sometimes I think, should I have put that in ivory? But I have no regrets.
No regrets, none at all. That's amazing. Have you ever worn it since?
Well, tried to get into it for an award ceremony, and it was a little bit too tight. So never say never. But I
Yeah.
think I need to really up the ante on going back to the gym and getting into that dress.
Oh, there's things
Yeah.
that can be done. I'm sure it can be altered as well. Give
Yeah,
you,
I'm
yeah.
sure. I'm sure. I just think, I just don't want to like alter it, right? So I think, at least it gives me a good aspiration. It's going to be my 10-year wedding anniversary next year. So, Mama, who knows, right?
I'd love it. I'd love for you to wear it again. What's the newest piece that you've got in your wardrobe? Are you somebody who tends to shop quite regularly, or because of having Chapter, are all your newest pieces actually pieces that come from the collections?
They're totally, every newest piece I've had has come from the collection. I have bought a few sort of formal tweedy jackets recently from places like Next, to just kind of layer my outfits, to be honest. But most of it comes from Chapter. And what's amazing, when your brand represents you, your personality, your ethos, it's just so easy to just wake up in the morning and wear Chapter, to be honest.
I love that. What is your favorite? That's great. That's exactly what I'd do if I had a brand. I'd just be wearing everything all of the time because
Yeah, I think that's the one. I mean,
out there, you've got to love it.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's the luxury as well. As a small business owner, you've got to make lots of cutbacks on your life anyway to be able to make things work. And that means sometimes giving up some of the luxuries of going on these shopping trips, which I absolutely love. And obviously I don't have my discounts anymore, not working for the retailers that I did. So, I guess that's my little piece of heaven while we're growing the brand.
That's amazing. So, what's your favourite one at the moment? What is the newest one that you've been wearing?
My favorite would definitely be the jumpsuit. Actually, I feel like $1 million when I wear this beautiful retro floral jumpsuit because it clenches me in.
Love
It's
a
got some
jumpsuit. Love a jumpsuit.
really, love a jumpsuit, right? You can't go wrong. It's got some like a really nice stretch in the sleeves as well, but it gives you volume and shape on your sleeves. So that's the one that I absolutely love. And another close favorite, again, it's transitional. It's not summer, but it's also not autumn, is this one, which I absolutely love. It's made out of beautiful stretchy power mesh. I love the print. The paint strokes are my absolute favorite. And yeah, I just feel like these two are the two dresses that, you know, rain or shine, if I've got a party to go to on the weekend, or I've got a nice dinner or something like that, they're the ones that I definitely rely on, I guess.
I think it's also really nice when you're quite excited to wear a piece. You know, when you do get something new, or in your case, you know, your brand has created something new. It's always a really nice feeling when I think you're excited to get dressed, you're excited to go to that place to actually be able to put that piece on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's exactly what we've been talking about through the whole podcast today, is really that how you feel, which helps you kind of how you present yourself. And it's sort of all about that energy radiation, and how if something makes you feel great, you come across great as well.
Are you quite sentimental when it comes to pieces in your wardrobe? Have you got a most sentimental piece?
I wouldn't say I've got sentimental clothing. I've got more sentimental jewelry that reminds me of an old aunt. You know, bangles that my grandma used to wear. Those kind of things are a bit more sentimental to me. And then obviously the dresses, you know, the wedding dresses. I guess the one like super sentimental, well, two sentimental outfits that I've got would actually be the dress that I wore when I was proposed to. I've still got that. And it had some beautiful like pearls at the top of it, and I've really savoured that. It's still in the dry cleaning bag. And the other one was actually a sari, an emerald green sari that I wore for my engagement. But I call it my good luck sari because whenever I wear it, or maybe it's the events that I go to with it, I just radiate, you know, confidence. And I also managed to win an award with it on as well. So I feel like it's my lucky charm sari.
And obviously, we both love green. You can't go wrong with an emerald green. That's always going to bring you good luck.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, Emma, I didn't realise how much emerald greens I had until I found out that I was going to feature it off the hanger, and I had a quick recce in my wardrobe. But literally, like some of the pieces that I had on my side is like green, a bit more green, and I was looking at it going, "Gosh, you know, this is something that I never even realised." I knew that I had quite a lot, but I think, you know, doing this really made me realise just exactly how much I had.
Somebody had messaged me the other day and said, "Do you intentionally wear green every time you film off the hanger?" And I was like, "No, that's actually just my wardrobe."
Gosh,
It's just
well,
that the majority of things in there are
and the
green.
irony is we're both wearing green today, and we didn't even plan this, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah, I
Exactly. We've got
love a
the
bit of
green.
green.
Yeah, exactly. Now, is the piece in your wardrobe that most sums you up, is that green?
Yeah, absolutely. So the two
Yes.
pieces that sum me up, and like I said, like I'm really blessed that I'm born and raised in Britain, and absolutely love everything about the UK. The other part of me is obviously, I am, Indian origin, so I'm so blessed that I actually the two perfect pieces in my wardrobe would be like an emerald green dress that I've got that I absolutely love, with the extra fabric and the poofy sleeves, and then I've got my emerald green sari. So yeah, bit of a green story here, but yeah, they're absolutely my favorites.
I love that as well. I love that you're able to play around with the different sides of your heritage in terms of fashion, that you can wear like the beautiful sari, but then also that gorgeous dress, and you've got that mix that you can go to in your wardrobe.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's the bit that I respect the most, because I can kind of, take both cultures and amalgamate them together, which is awesome.
Now, if you've seen the Off the Hanger episodes, you know that I'm generally a bit of a disaster, and so this is my favourite question because I like to share in other people's disasters. Have you got a fashion faux pas or a wardrobe malfunction that you can tell us about?
How did I know, Emma, you were going to ask that? I do actually, and initially it was quite traumatic, but I'd love to share it with you. So, so I was going to Japan, really excited. Wanted to go to Japan since I was a little girl. Love cherry blossom, everything about Japan. And my husband had some friends out there that were traveling, and we decided over a bottle of wine that we were going to go to visit them in Japan with a 1 year old, which sounded great at the time. But unfortunately, my 1 year old got a sickness bug on the plane. And I'm
Oh
quite a
no.
diligent mother, I've got to say. So I had 3 spare outfits. Come on, you don't really need 4 spare outfits. So I had 3 extra tops because, babies can be sick and, they have other bodily fluids leaking out everywhere with kids. You just don't know what's going to happen. So we were
Yeah.
on this amazing plane journey to Japan, like lifetime trip. And my little boy Zach was sick on me. Got over it, got changed, did the good parent thing. Then he was sick again, then it was sick again. And I was actually really worried. But then I got through to my 3rd top and I didn't have anything else. And I didn't know what to do. I had this overcoat. So I don't know if it's a fashion faux pas, but I literally had to put this coat on and Liz Hurley style put safety pins on the coat because it had no buttons and land in Japan airport. And I was thinking, God, if security stopped me now, I just don't know what I'm going to say. I just don't know what I'm going to do. But this coat held out really well with the safety pins for a 2-hour journey to the hotel. And I've got to say, I just didn't know where to put my face. I just didn't. I was so scared that any minute now, security are going to say, so, we're just going to do a check on you. And what am I going to say to them? I'm not wearing, a t-shirt underneath. I've just got a coat on. So I guess that's one of the things. And then the other one, which was it was just literally a malfunction with a zip. So I remember just going to this beautiful dinner, celebrating my friend's 40th. We were having a great day, and a lovely guest came up to me and she was like, do you know that your back of your dress is open? And it's a good job that there's womanship there that she was able to tell
Yeah.
me. But, that exposure, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, to be honest. So, I had to go and
No.
sort it out. But it's always to do with like zips or, like, outfits where you don't have a spare one. So, yeah, they're my 2, I guess.
Oh, bless you.
But hopefully, don't report me to the Japanese authorities or anything, okay?
They might have just thought it was a style choice that you were now a little bit punk with your safety pins, and that's the look that you were going for. It's just, you hadn't got a top on underneath. It's absolutely fine.
But I think for me as well, being a dress gal, Emma, I don't know if but wearing dress with tights or dress on their own, you have to just make sure you keep your composure because if it's too windy or anything like that, God, I'm sure many of us have experienced many other fashion faux pas as well to talk about.
Oh, I've had many a Marilyn moment. I'm sure there's
Oh,
lots
I
of
quite
people
like
that
that.
have
Yeah,
unexpectedly
definitely
seen my
Marilyn
pants.
moment.
Yeah, I think there's lots of people who've probably unexpectedly seen my pants. It's fine. Traumatize them too much. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Have you got a favourite pair of shoes? Are you quite a shoe girl as well, or is it all about the dresses for you?
For me, it's about the dresses and like having really dainty jewelry, just statement pieces in life. But shoes, my 2 favorite pair of shoes I live in, and I've actually had a pair of Barber boots. I've actually got them. Let me show you. So, pair of Barber boots. Okay, but the irony of these boots is they go with everything, and I think I've bought the updated version every year for the last 7 years, and I've got them in brown. Because again, I think it's that mum life, going to and fro everywhere. And then for my wedding, I managed to save up for a pair of Jimmy Choos, which are my absolute prized possession. So they are very worse for wear at the moment, but they're kind of my gold number. Um, and I think between those and kind of having a few nice pairs of like trainers on the go, that's kind of me. I mean, pre-kids, it was always about stilettos and, the highest heels in the world. But I think, post 30, it's really about how can I get to A to B quickly without falling over and still keeping my composure.
Exactly. How can I practically run after this child? Because I don't know what it is about small children, but the speed that can come out of them is so unexpected at times. I remember when my son was a tiny little toddler, but by God, if
Mm.
he wanted to go somewhere at speed, he would rock it off, and I would just be sprinting after him. And I was like, I've got to wear more practical shoes.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old, and my 3-year-old is, a lightning bolt. So I think for me, until he's 10 or, gracefully at least 6, I'm gonna carry on wearing the comfies.
Is there a fashion piece that you have been lusting after that you don't yet own? Is there something you've got on your wish list?
So we've talked a lot about green today, actually, Emma, which I didn't know was going to be the conversation. But I've had my eye on a beautiful Fenton ring. I've just come across this jewelry brand recently, and I've just had my eye on it for a few months, and I think that will be my next purchase. Just something really graceful that will just ground me back to earth again in terms of what I'm doing, what my purpose is, and a girl can never have too much jewelry.
I love that. Beautiful. And have you got a piece of fashion advice that you would have given to your younger self?
That's such a great thing. I think for me, it's always, gosh, you've got me on the spot there. It's really about fashion doesn't have to change all the time. You don't have to have lots of different clothes to really represent what fashion is about. Fashion is really about what we've been talking about, which is how you feel, how a piece of clothing can make you feel. And what that can do is that can present and radiate amazing energy for yourself. So for me, what I would tell my younger self is stop buying lots of clothes, but buy some clothes that will just make you feel fabulous, and then they will actually come with you on the journey for a few years. That's not to say invest in some fashion pieces, that's really important, but have some pieces in your wardrobe that can really you can pick up, but they can also pick you up whenever you need them to.
It is super important. It makes all the difference. Well, Tanya,
Yeah.
thank you so much. It's been fabulous having you as a guest on Off the Hanger. You have been brilliant. Thank you very much.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Emma. Thank you so much for having me on. I've had a great chat with you today.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that chat. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe and check out some more episodes of Off the Hanger.